Every day is upside down to in land.
All right, let's start sitting down. You can make yourself comfortable in a cross-legged position. And we're going to start with the breath. We're just simply going to take 5 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. So nothing fancy, just observing the full length of the inhale, focusing on the air going through your nostrils, and then focusing on the full length of the exhale, on how the air goes out of your nostrils. Take one last breath here. And after you finish your exhale, bring your hands to the back of your head. Keep the pace of your breath going. Inhale, open up your elbows, open up the chest. And exhale, round your spine, bring the elbows together, tuck chin to chest. We'll take a couple of rounds here, just gently moving through the full range of your spine. And take your pelvis with you, so stick out your butt as you open up, and then tuck your tailbone under as you close down. Take one more round. And then drop your hands to your knees. Take some circles with your chest. Allow your whole upper body to relax here, so you can take the shoulders with you. Let your neck move as well. And then change direction. And come back to the center. Move into spinal twist. Gently push with one hand on the knee. See how far you can move today until you feel a little stretch. And then switch to the other side. And come back to center. Reach your right hand over to the left. Stretch your side body. Ground the right hip on the floor. And then turn your chest to the floor. Reach out far in a half circle with your hands. Walk them over to the right side. And then turn your chest upwards and reach to the right. Stretch it out and come back to the middle. Reverse the movement. Reach the left to the right. Ground the left hip. Tilt your chest to the floor. Walk your hands over in a half circle. Reaching out far. And tilt your chest sideways, or maybe even up towards the ceiling. Reach far. And come back to the center. Roll onto your hands and knees. Come into a neutral tabletop. Slightly bend your elbows and traction your hands down and towards you. Lift your chest up through your arms. And imagine someone's pulling you up by the sternum. Now, press the floor away around your spine. And tuck your chin to chest. We'll do a couple of rounds of cat-cows here. Whenever you go to your cow, bend your elbows just like we did, and try to find that activation in your upper back by pressing the chest through your arms. Stay here for 1 or 2 seconds, really noticing the tension, and then press the floor away. Make lots of space in your back. Return to cat. Squeeze your upper back. And cat, spread it wide. Take 2 more rounds. All right, and after your next one, we're gonna meet in the cow position. Open chest, elbows are bent. Now we're gonna try and keep the chest open as long as possible. We're gonna start to tuck the tailbone, move into a cat position, one vertebrae at a time. Try to keep open for as long as you can. Until you can't resist anymore, let your upper back go until you reach the full cat position. Once you're there, lift up your head, start opening up your chest, but keep your tailbone tucked. Try to move into your cow, one vertebrae at a time. Take it slow. And really divide those sections of your spine. We'll do 2 more rounds here. Take it at your own pace. Full awareness. Try to separate all the segments in your spine. And notice the spots where you feel the most resistance. Great. After you're done with your second one, shake it out, take a couple of circles. We're going to thread the needle. Press the left arm into the ground, inhale, right arm up, overhead, and exhale, reach underneath until your cheek and your right shoulder touch the ground. Press yourself into a deeper twist with your left hand, just gently pushing until you feel a stretch around the shoulder blades. Finish your exhale. Bring your left hand under the left shoulder, press up, come to your neutral tabletop, and repeat on the left side. Inhale, left arm up, and exhale, reach underneath. Push yourself into a deeper twist with the right hand. And try to open up your upper back. Spread it wide. Finish your exhale, come back to your neutral tabletop. Come into a child's pose. We're going to flare the elbows out, drag your chest across the floor, just slightly before your hands. Press your chest into the floor and lift up your chin. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slide onto your belly, spread your arms wide, and reach your left foot over to your right hand. We're going to stay here in this twist for a couple of breaths. And think of squeezing your left butt cheek and reaching the right knee up higher behind you. And at the same time, think of pressing your right arm into the floor. Finish your exhale, come back to the center, reach your right foot over to the left hand. And same here. Now squeeze the right butt cheek, try to get the knee far behind you. Maybe you can even get your foot close to your hand. Press the left hand into the ground. And return to center. Bring our hands under your shoulders. We're going to inhale to a little cobra lift. You want to keep the hands light and use your back muscles. Exhale, come back down. We'll do 5 here. Inhale up, keep the fingers light. Exhale down. Try to go 1 vertebrae at a time. Inhale up, squeeze your glutes. And exhale down. The last 2, we're going to go a little higher. Inhale up. And exhale down. And on the last one, we'll stay up. Now go to a position where you can straighten your elbows. You can walk your hands out a little more in front of you. And we're going to do some neck circles here. Squeeze your glutes. Really activate your back muscles. And then draw circles with your nose. Just moving the neck in one direction. And in the other. Turn your head back to center. Release the pressure from your hands and try to lower down slowly using your back muscles. On the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Windshield wiper your legs, your shins. And we're going to do the exercise where we touch our pinkies in the front and the thumbs in the back. Press the tops of your feet into the ground. Squeeze your glutes. Forehead on the ground. Touch your pinkies in the front. Lift your arms as high as you can and touch your thumbs in the back. We're going to do 10 here. And 1. And 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. And 6. And 7. And 8. And 9. And 10. Relax. Push into your child's pose. Then take a moment here. You can take some side-to-side movements or just relax. Finish your exhale. Come back to a tabletop position. We're going to do some arm circles here. I'm going to show from the front. You're going to cross the right arm over. Keep your whole body parallel to the floor. And then lift the arm up. Once you reach the highest point, you're going to rotate the arm and then reach as far back as you can, maybe touching the left hip or bending your elbow more and touching the shoulder blade. Straighten the arm back and then bring it back forward, rotating. And then we'll switch to the other side. Left arm, cross over in the front. Lift the arm up and over, go to the highest point. Once you get there, start rotating. Bring the arm high and far behind your body. Maybe you can touch your hip on the right or bend your elbow and touch the shoulder blade. Or get as high as you can. Straighten the arm and bring it all the way back slowly with control. Cross it over in the front. And then switch to the right side. We'll do 2 more on each side. If you want to take it at your own pace, go ahead. So cross over in the front, lift it up, rotate once you get to the highest point. Make sure your left hand stays engaged against the ground. Get to hip or shoulder blade. Straighten the arm. Rotate it and bring it back. Cross over. Relax. Left side. Cross over in the front. Reach up and over. Think of creating lots of length in your shoulder joint. Bring it all the way up and back. Touch hip or shoulder blade. Straighten the arm. Bring it up. Rotate and forward. And relax. We got 1 more on each side. Cross over in the front, right side. Lift up and over. Keep your torso parallel to the floor. Rotate, bring it all the way to the hip or shoulder blade. Straighten the elbow. And lift it up, 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 up. You can tell how hard the work is when I stop talking. And left side, cross over in the front. Lift up and over. Lift it up high. Cross all the way to your hip or shoulder blade. Straighten the elbow. Lift the arm higher and rotate it back. Great, and relax. Take a couple of movements, shake it out. You can come back with your hips, sit on your heels. And just shake it here. Great. Let's go into a dolphin, and we'll do our stability exercise first here. So you're gonna go onto your knees, elbows on the floor, hands together. You're gonna let the shoulder blades glide together and then spread them apart. We're just gonna do this first, and then we'll add the next step. So make sure your spine is straight, bring shoulder blades together, spread them apart. Together and apart. You almost want them to touch. Let's do 3 more. And 2. And 1. Good. Shake it out. For the next one, we're going to combine the scapular glides with an upward rotation. So this is going to look like this. You're going to start in the same position. This time, tuck your toes under. Brace your spine. You're going to glide the shoulder blades together. Push apart. Now you're going to press your forearms down and forward. Push into your dolphin. And then keep that engagement as you come back down. And then repeat. Glide together and apart. Press into the floor. Press the elbows overhead. Come back with control. So the quality of the movement really matters here. We'll do between 5 and 10 reps depending on how it goes for you. But do it with full awareness. So you guys keep going, I'm going to take a look. Good. Sherry, you can open up your chest more towards your feet at the top. Yeah, imagine you're pushing the floor behind your head. Open up your armpits. Yes, there you go. And then control your way back. Yeah, Erin, that looks super nice. John, that looks super nice. Becky, nice. All right, let's do 1 more. Great. When you're done, just roll your shoulders out, sit on your heels, and roll your shoulders back. And then forward. And take any movements you need in between. All right, we're gonna go into reverse tabletop. Your hands are shoulder width apart, feet are hip width apart. We're just gonna start by lowering up with the inhale, spreading the chest wide, and then lower down with the exhale 10 times. With full awareness of the strength of the muscles in the back. Active glutes, active upper back, active triceps. And let's do 5 more. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Sit down and take the pressure off of your arms. Take a couple of wrist circles. One direction and the other. Second set, we're going to do a little bit different. We're going to go back to the tabletop. You're going to press your arms into the ground, lift up your hips, and then you're going to walk your feet forwards. If you can get them all the way straight, great. If not, that's okay. And then walk them back. We're going to walk them back and forth 5 times. Keep your hips high. Ready? And walk. And bring them back. 1. And walk. And bring them back. 2. And walk. Bring them back. 3. And walk. And bring them back. 4, and walk. And bring it back. 5. Great. And relax. Shake it out. We're going to do a little bit of core today. Get it all shaken out. Can be really tense. We're going to do a little bit of a plank circuit. So this scapula gliding that we did, we're going to take that same type of activity, put it into a forearm plank. Now you're going to press the left arm in to the mat as you turn your upper body sideways. You're slowly going to control that movement back from your shoulder blades. And then switch to the other side. Press into the ground on the right, rotate open, and then control your way back to the middle. Take like 5 reps on each side. If you feel strong here, you can add a little scapula shrug. So bring shoulder blades together, press apart, and then rotate. But if that feels like too much, just stick with the rotation. Always want to feel like the elbow is pressing the floor away, and all of the control over gravity, or all of the resistance of gravity, is in the muscles around your shoulders. Great. Finish your last one on each side. Nice. And when you're done, come into a child's pose. You can take your knees wider, let your chest drop towards the floor. Take one more breath here. And then relax. Come out. We're gonna, relax from the child's pose. That was a good relaxation. We're gonna do our bug. So you're gonna divide the chest and the lower body and go in a full circle. Go full circle in one direction and then full circle in the other direction. Try to really control the upper part of your torso and then the lower part. Once you have your full circle, switch direction. Great. Take your time to finish the circle. And when you're done, you can come into a spinal twist. Bring your arms out to the side, extend the left knee long, and then bring the right knee over to the left side. Keep the right shoulder on the ground. And take a couple of breaths here. If you want, you can bend your right elbow into a cactus arm, or you can reach it up diagonally, and that might intensify the stretch for you. Finish your exhale, and then switch to the other side. Come back to center. Extend the right leg out long. And bring the left knee to the right side. Open up your left shoulder towards the floor. You can bend your left arm into cactus shape or reach it out into diagonal. Whatever works for you. Finish your exhale. Come back to the center. Bring your knees to your chest and circle them in one direction. And in the other. And if you feel comfortable with going into a plow pose, you can go into a plow pose by lifting up your hips. You can help yourself with your hands here. And then bring your feet behind your head. You can give gentle support on your lower back. If you want, you can play around with straightening one knee or the other or both. Or you can just hang here with bent knees. If this doesn't feel good to you in your neck or because of any other reason, you can come into a happy baby pose. So just grab the outsides of your feet and hang out here. Let your hips open up and dangle. Maybe straighten one knee and the other or both. But you're all in the plow pose. Awesome. So since we're all here, let's take 2 more breaths. Relaxing the whole backside of our legs. And after your next exhale, you're going to come down 1 vertebra at a time, trying to keep active compression. So imagine you want to glue your thighs to your chest or to your belly as you lower down. Actively pull down your legs, try to keep them as straight as you can. Go slow, slow, slow. 1 vertebra at a time until your pelvis reaches the floor. And then relax your legs. Great. We're going to grab a yoga block to finish. And we're going to put it right under the shoulder blades, or like around the mid back to upper back, where the bra hooks for women. And we're going to lay on top of it. So find a position where you can relax. And you can just basically hang here. You can bring your arms overhead or to the side or diagonal. Find a position that feels nice in terms of stretch. And you can take a couple of breaths and relax. I'm just gonna allow the body to surrender to gravity and the whole front side to open up. So release all the tension from your legs, all the tension from your core muscles, your chest, your shoulders, and also your face. Your palms. With each breath, allow the whole front side to soften. Take one last breath here. After you finish your exhale, bend your knees and use them to roll to one side and bring yourself off of the yoga block. And let's finish in a seat. Take your time. Thank you all so much for joining.